Hey, alright, how's it going? We're playing some Endzone 2 today, but I'm just gonna hang on a second because I'm getting things set up. So I thought I'd just have a little bit of a chat to anyone who has arrived and is here now. Alright, I've been very excited for this. We did play the demo when I was covering Steam Next Fest, and it looks great. It looks a great deal of improvement from the last game, which is really good. That's what you want from a sequel. You want things to be getting better every time a new game comes out. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for this, and I'm looking forward to playing it. Assemble Entertainment and Gently Mad Studios very kindly sent me a code, so I've managed to get access to the game very kindly of them. To be honest, I have bugged them quite a bit, and when I played Endzone 1 I did tag them a lot in the stuff that I was bringing out, so I'm really happy with that. It's good to know that, you know, small creators being recognised, represent, amazing. Yeah, so I'm still trying to get some stuff sorted out with Streamlabs and the chatbot and stuff, so I don't really have a great way of watching the chat once I'm actually playing the game, which is a little bit unfortunate, but that's fine. We'll deal with that. I'm just messing around here with a few settings and stuff. It's such a pain not having a second monitor. Do you know that? I did have one and it bust. I actually had three, and three of them, two have now died. So if you ever are looking for a monitor, there are certain products that you should stay away from. One of them begins with L, and the second letter is G. Yeah, don't have a great experience with them, especially considering that they were pretty expensive monitors, and I'm now down to just the one. So we are going to be playing Endzone 2 in a moment once I'm all set up. We'll just spend a little bit of time. How are you? How is everyone? How are the people who are here? Not many of you, but that's fine. We'll deal with that. It's not a problem. I'm used to having a small number of people in stream anyway. We're pretty cozy over here, and that's absolutely fine. But as it's a new game, it would be great if a few more people were dropping by and stuff. I have my coffee. I hope you have yours. We're a little bit of a later start day because I've been playing some No Man's Sky, and that was pretty fun, and I got kind of sucked into it. I have a couple of house jobs to do, so we're not going to be here for very long, probably an hour and a half or so, and then we'll just say our goodbyes. Right, let's have a look then over at Endzone 2. So, if you have not played Endzone or don't know much about it, it's a post-apocalyptic city builder where you are tasked with rebuilding society after a nuclear fallout, nuclear apocalypse, and basically everybody has gone into these things that are called end zones, also pretty much your fallout shelters, all of that sort of stuff, your vaults. So I'm gonna maybe just go through the tutorial, and then I'll be starting a survival playthrough on the channel. So when we did the early access, the demo of this game, it was pretty much a tutorial. But if you haven't seen that video, we're going to spend a bit of time going through that today, because it starts out in a little bit of a different way to how the first game started out. So in the first game, you started with a settlement that was already built. Well, pre-built. You had like a couple of tents and stuff and a little supply stash that would give you everything you needed to get started. It's a little bit different in Endzone 2. You actually start in a roamer, which is like a all-terrain vehicle where all of your stuff is being stored, and it's pretty cool. So oh, thank you. I'm so glad you like Planet Zoo. I do want to bring it back. Just with like career change and everything, I have not had a great deal of time. So hello Alex, welcome to the stream. I'm hoping that I get a bit of time to do some Planet Zoo. It'll be a slow release thing, but it will be coming out, and I'm hoping to get a little bit more involved in that again. Maybe we'll have some more. I think we've probably got another 2 expansions of Planet Zoo left in us, but with Planet Coaster 2 being announced, I think Planet Zoo's probably on its way out in terms of what they're putting into it. But I'm really glad you enjoyed the series. I've missed playing the game, to be honest, and I go through these phases where I'll play a game pretty heavily for quite a bit of time, and then I'll just kind of lose my creative spark, so to speak, if that makes sense. And that's where the difficulties start to happen for me, and I start to really struggle with it. But yes, so we're going to play some Endzone. I think we've got an intro. Oh no, we don't. We just dive straight into it. Okay.
I'm going to look over your shoulder while you help our settlers set up a new home. By the way, I'm Ella.
So Ella's going to help us set up our new home. I do need to very quickly check something here. I'm just going to make sure that I am on. Yeah, I am okay. I just needed to do a quick check. I've got new internet fitted, and yeah, okay. So this is Ella. We're pausing the game. We get this little tutorial. Mission tasks and warnings for the entire game map are displayed on this area. This information is always available regardless of what you're currently looking at with the camera. We basically select our vehicle here, and then we start moving with our Pathfinder. So the Pathfinder is kind of like an exploration vehicle. It's a modified bus, and we drive around looking for places to settle. So what we can do is we've got like abandoned buildings on the way, and while we are moving along here, we can actually have a quick explore, load up some loot from it, and fill up our Pathfinder with extra resources that will help us in establishing our settlement.
All clear.
Then we can continue moving on.
You can use our Pathfinder to explore the wasteland. Send it off and try to find a site for another settlement.
Yeah, Endzone, the first game was amazing. I really enjoyed it, and it certainly looks like they've upgraded it a little bit from the last one.
Let's go.
In terms of city builders, I think it was really like interesting and challenging. Like with the radioactive rains could just change everything, and you had to really keep on top of it. So we've got again, we can loot here, bring in some more stuff. We're full on wood, but now we've found a new zone, and we need to find somewhere with fertile soil to actually begin colonizing the land. So we've got a few more abandoned buildings up here to explore. I'm going to just carry on driving here through the wasteland. We've got some stuff here. We can load up some loot. So again, we're full up on wood, but the water is going to be very useful, as I'm sure you'll remember. But yeah. Hi Diz, welcome back. I think you might like this one. You may have liked the original. The first game we played. It was actually the first series I finished on the channel, where I basically set myself a target. I still can't really claim to fully know the game, but I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed playing it. It was challenging. The raiders were an absolute pain. I never worked out how to actually fight back and deal with them. But yeah, I'm quite pleased so far anyway with the new game. The demo was great. Oh, we've got tools here. Ah, damn. I guess we can probably get back in the Pathfinder and come for them again. But for now, we'll just have to keep moving on. We need to find somewhere with fertile soil. The old bridge, yeah, we know that. We can send an expedition to that. So if we have a look over here, this old bridge, I guess we can repair it at some point. But we can also explore it and see if there's any loot there, I guess. And then, again, more tools here. Oh, these are really good. We'll have to get the aroma back out here and just have a look around. How you doing, Diz? Lots of scrap. This is good. We need... Ooh. Oh, wow. There's a big old town here. Right. Lots of we're going to have to come back here. We are now full up on scrap, so I guess we just need to see if there's any more water that we can find. This looks like an old industrial... It's an old industrial site. Right, we are full here. So we're going to need to find somewhere to actually put down our roots,
All clear.
get our settlement going. So I've got some scrap down here, which will always be good. We need to find somewhere with fertile soil. There is a way, yeah, we can view our soil types with the analytics here. It's pretty fertile over there. We've got some clay, we've got water access, we've got some old buildings. Quite a bit there. So if we can get up here, lots of fertile soil there as well. And I think the access is here. So if we just continue looping round, as we're full pretty much in terms of what we can carry, it's probably going to be a better idea for us to just carry on moving down here. We'll loot whatever we can. And oh yeah, Alex, I will say it was a long time ago. It's probably one of the first things I did on the channel. And yeah, it was, you know, I was learning the ropes of YouTube and things like that. So it's not great, but I left it up there because I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty good, Diz. Just having my morning coffee. Thought I'd stream for a bit because this game released into early access yesterday, and I've been looking forward to it for a long time. And the guys from Assemble and Gently Mad were very kind enough to send me a code for it, so I'm able to just play it today. And I thought I would share it with you all because it's a very good game. If you like city builders, you like that post-apocalyptic feel, it's got a bit more of a challenge to it, I think, because you're constantly dealing with radioactive winds and rains, and they can influence the soil fertility, they can change your crops, and you've got to keep all of your people like well looked after. You've got to keep radiation protection on them and stuff, and yeah, it's pretty challenging. So now that we're here, we can actually place, you get an automated tooltip where you can actually build your settlement. I'd like to have it kind of up here. Maybe we can go a little bit further. Can we move down here? Maybe just here, right on the edge. Ah, there, that was pretty good. There, that's where we're going to build. I'll just turn off that soil fertility. We'll come back onto here and we'll build our settlement. So we need to build our first, it's kind of like your town hall. And I'm going to put my town hall right... Ooh, we kind of want to be away from that clay deposit, though, because it's a little bit too close to that. We've got forest here. Decent area of influence there. Yeah, we'll go with that.
First off, we have to ensure survival.
Yeah,
We need water. So
that
we
will
won't
do us
die
nicely.
first. Build a jetty by a body of water and assign enough workers. to
It does
secure
have
the
that, like, Fallout 1 and 2 kind of aesthetic to it. So, we've got a load of action menus here. Construction and road menu. An overview of all the vehicles to find them quickly again, and an overview of all the professions in the settlement currently being viewed. So, we can change the game speed, but I'm going to try and leave it slow. Those of you who've watched me play stuff before, you know I tend to have things on, like, overdrive. And that's why I end up with chaotic solutions to things. So, as always with Endzone, the first thing you need to do is build a jetty. And your jetty is basically the main kind of water source for your settlements. And you will then assign people to work in the jetty, and they will go and they'll collect water from the end of it, and they will then store it. You can also get wells and other things, so we're just going to unpause. We're going to let our settlers build our well, our jetty, and then we'll start getting water. Up at the top here, we've got all of our resources. So we've got tools, we've got cloth, coal, carbon masks, bricks, vaccine ampules, which seem to be new, iron tools, rubber, and rubber gloves. We've got cloth, tools, plastic, scrap, water, which is depleting, and food, which is also depleting. So your first kind of things, it's really important that you get stuff done. I do miss Planet Zoo. It's like designing rock work and stuff, which was my favorite thing to do, but it just yeah, I'll maybe come back to it. I have kind of planned out something, but I've just not had the time to put it into action. I've got a lot of like videos and stuff to edit and things that I want to do. So we don't have any workers available here at the moment. What we need to do is we need to find our professions here, and we need to assign 3 water carriers. And our next objective is basically increasing inventory stocks of water, and you can see now that the green arrow pointing up says we now have water coming in. So as long as we have workers assigned to this jetty, they are going to pump water. If our water stores run low, we will then kind of have to put more people to work there. We also need to build a forager hut, and that's in our food and here. Now, foraging, you can see, works a little bit differently. Over here you can see now, wherever I have this, you can see the area of influence and the amount of food available to us in that area. So we've got 1,210 here. I'm going to rotate, and I'm just going to put it right at the back there, right next to my town hall. Then we can get a road in. We'll have a gravel path that comes along there. We're missing resources apparently. Tools, we don't have any tools. Right, but once that foraging hut is built, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my roamer here. We can exchange goods with the settlement. I think, yeah, the Pathfinder is now empty. So we'll have our Pathfinder head back out up to that little town that we saw before. We're going to go all the way up to here. The Pathfinder's going to gather the tools for us, and then we'll be able to start building some roads. We're still waiting for that forager's hut to be built. It shouldn't be much longer, and then we can get some people working and bringing in some food for us. Our settlement's currently called Far Away. The health is dropping, the confidence is dropping, the radioactive contamination is pretty non-existent at the moment, which is great, but we don't have a lot of radiation protection. So we don't have any workers available at the moment, but again, if we assign 3 people to that foraging hut, we will now start getting stuff in. So, forager hut works a little bit different. Obviously with the lake we have an unlimited supply of water, but there is a limited supply of food and stuff in here. Next we're going to need woodcutters' huts. Now I don't want my woodcutting to be anywhere near my foraging, so there's a nice forest over here where we can actually build our woodcutting lodge. Right there in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build it just on the outskirts here. We'll put it here, and then once it's built we will change the area of effect. The work radius will go over to here. Now you see there you get like a little timer that comes up, and that's because it's too far away from the actual the actual building itself. I have now settled, Alex. We have started our settlement. It's called Farway for some reason. I will change that. If anyone has any settlement names for me, do suggest them. But yeah, I'm just explaining about the actual work radius. So where we've put this building now, the work radius is going to get us about 1,050 lumber. But if we just move a little bit further in, we get 1,000, 2,055, 2,070. But as we go outside there, you can see you get that little timer. It multiplies the amount of time it takes to harvest those resources by 2, 1.3. And as you get right back into the settlement, so we can just put it on the edge there, and we don't lose any influence or kind of speed on our wood cutting whilst they're harvesting in that area there. Now our vehicle has moved back into the town, so we can actually load up some loot. We're going to grab some tools, scrap and wood, and we're just going to bring a load of this back to the settlement while we're able to. If I just get back to my roamer there, we're going to come over here because we found quite a few tools here. So over here we can again load up lots of tools, lots of scrap and lots of cloth, and we're just going to move through a few of these buildings because once we've got tools we're going to be able to actually build some roads, which is what we need. So down here I think we can exchange again. Yeah, we've got 30 tools there and a little bit more plastic, so we can now bring our roamer, our bus, back to the settlement where the entry point is just here. So again, roamer is on its way back. We should have now built our woodcutting lodge. Yes. And oh God, where did I build it? Over here. That's right. Yeah. So the woodcutting lodge is there. We'll go to our professions. We'll assign 2 lumberjacks, and now we've got wood coming in as well. So,
by the way, a production site can produce faster when it stands near a stockhouse. We don't have
if we now build a stockhouse, our town centre has the same effect, but our town centre is quite far away. So if we build a stockhouse right here next to the woodcutter's lodge, that should increase its production. If we have a look at our industry, let me just find the stockhouse. Is it in logistics?
Besides wood, the most important
No.
building material is scrap.
Water, food,
Build a
raw
scrapyard which
materials.
collects
There's a
scrap that is lying
scrapyard.
around or extracts it from old ruins.
So if we build our scrapyard now, we want to build that quite like a little bit further away from our town centre. Although if we put it here, it's going to be in the radius of the town centre. So I think we probably should put it here, maybe a bit closer to town, there, and then we can change its area of its work radius to this space here, and it will start demolishing that building gradually. We then need to build a stockhouse. I just need to find it first. Industry, we've got iron smelter, copper and lead. Lead, wow. Mines. Logistics, we've got a cistern, a food depot, material depot. I wonder if it's the material depot. But, yeah. Once our scrapyard is built, we can assign some salvagers. We'll go here. We need to assign 2. So they are already assigned. Once that is fully constructed, we'll be able to start getting some scrap in. And I think the actual initial setup of the game and getting your settlement up and running, it feels a lot smoother than the first game.
Until it runs out, that is.
So we can move the work area. She's already explained that, but I've also already explained that. I'm one step ahead of the tutorial, just doing an auto save here. And there we go. Right, so our people need some dwellings and living spaces. So our shelters are in the form of tents. And if we build them kind of close to where their work is, it'll be a lot easier for them to get to and from work. But they do want a nearby market or town centre because that keeps them happy. Hi Indy, how you doing? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build my first set of dwellings across the road from the town centre. It's just got to be 4 simple shelters. So I'm just going to build them in a row right there in front of the town centre. And then we can get our gravel path and put that all the way along here. We are still missing resources. Tools. Our vehicle should be back so we can actually transfer all of these resources into the settlement. The depot's full, but we'll transfer as much as we can. We're full on scrap, but now we should have the tools to actually build our road. Yes, excellent. So we built a little road there, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a little flat road here, and then that's going to come back, and it's going to kind of wrap around the town centre like that. And then we need to build another road coming from the lumber yard, and it's going to run along the riverside there. Nice little lakeside walk for our settlers, and then it's going to match up again with the jetty and then a road out of town. There we go. Right, so once these shelters have built, our people will be back in. Yeah, it's very similar to Manor Lords, just with a bit of a twist, and I quite like that. So we now need a recycler. The recycler will produce plastic. If the scrapyard is located nearby, the recycler will produce faster. So our scrapyard's down here. I'm just going to pop a road in that kind of leaves town along where there's potential for farms. Although it would be nice to have it match up with our depot. So we'll get our depot, then we will have a road run down to here, matching up with the depot, and then something that kind of comes along where farmland's going to be and matches up there. And I'm just plotting out areas where I can put in some new buildings and stuff. That's a little bit too small, but we could put decorative items and things there. And the next step is to build our recycler. Now our recycler is going to kind of go, ooh, that's a nice little fit. But we've got to be wary of the fact that these industrial buildings might have a negative impact on our settlers. Lots to think about in your early startups. One of the things I think Manor Lords is missing is that kind of the way that certain buildings might impact others. So we have a lack of storage capacity, and it's simply because we've got too much that we've produced, but because we're doing the tutorial, we are not able to, add more stuff in at the moment. Once we've completed various steps in the tutorial, we'll be able to put in these industrial storage buildings, and it'll make our life a bit easier. So there's, if we go over to logistics, you can see here we've got a cistern, and the cistern is where you will store water. Food depot is obviously where you're going to store that, and material depot is going to be the same. Now these depots, if you have them in an area of effect that's quite close to your resource production buildings, they will be more efficient. That's basically how it works. I know, Alex, I'm definitely making an Endzone 2 series. I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, that's going to be coming. I'll probably play through the tutorial on stream, and then we will go back and maybe not do the tutorial again. We'll just start off and I will skip the tutorial. I'm just kind of showing people the game today, getting to grips with it myself, and then I will start a brand new playthrough. So look out for an Endzone series coming soon. I'm really excited for it. You're a bit jet lagged, Journey. Oh man. I hope that cures you soon and you are feeling a bit better. But yeah, the time difference and stuff. And how was the US? Was it fun to be back? Right, our recycler is finished. We need to assign some recyclers. I will say it does feel like things happening a little bit quicker in the second game, which is great. Now we need to build a workshop to get some tool makers. So if I go over to trades and crafts, we've got the workshop here, and again we will put that. Where can we put it? So if we look in the bottom right here, it will tell you that we get efficiency buffs. We won't get one from wood because the workshop is too far away from our forestry over there, but we will get bonuses from the fact that we're close to a scrap producer. The depot's a little bit too far away by the looks of things. We do have a road link to the town centre though, and we are next to the scrap producer, so I think putting the workshop there is going to be a good idea. Once that's built, we can assign toolmakers, but actually, if you are already building a building, the job will appear. So we can assign our toolmakers early, and everyone will be ready to work as soon as the building is created. We're going to have a little bit of a zoom in here and just take a look at the town centre, because graphically, this is amazing. It's lovely. Like, they've made some big improvements. I think they've got a new engine, but I'm not quite sure. And the settlements look amazing. It's not to the point where it's like almost science fiction. It almost looks like everything that's built here could be real. It reminds me a little bit of Far Cry and stuff. Some of the settlements in that. I can't remember which game exactly, but look at this. I mean, this is our scrapyard. It's got like a little crane that comes along, picks up the scrap, and then I guess it all gets burnt down or something. Our recycler has like a great big... Look at this, man. The plastic just coming off the conveyor belt into the big thing. It's amazing. And then like every little building has something. So we've got plastic, we've got tools. And now we need to start building some more complex stuff. But a fishery will support our foraging hut because our food won't last. We can't just get berries. Like if we have a look at our foragers hut at the moment, they're still bringing in quite a bit of food. And you can see we get building efficiency from having a road link. Yes, I will zoom in on a few more buildings. But yeah, we've got depots nearby. We've got road link to the town centre. The day-night cycle's beautiful, especially when all the little lights and fires come on. So I am going to quickly build now my fishery. And if we have a look, it will, again, you will see a little area of effect where we can... I'm going to put the fishery. So a depot, a road link, and tools nearby will give this a buff. I don't think we're going to get that. But we will put the fishery here, I guess. So someone will come along and build that. And we'll just have a look at the actual houses at night. So they've all got like little cooking pots and stuff. They've got lovely little long tables where they can have their food, and then their little private quarters. There is a photo mode. I'll go to that once we've kind of finished building. I haven't been to the US since I was 18 and I'm 35 now. So yeah, very long time ago. I went to New York for like a school trip and saw a few Broadway shows, which was really cool. I'm just going to quickly assign my fisherman. There we go. But yeah, long flight wherever you fly from, unless you're... I mean, even in the US, I think internal flights are pretty long. But yeah, I'd like to see more of the US. My girlfriend has done quite a bit of it, and quite a bit of South America as well, actually. So yeah, it's she's very well explored, whereas I'm not so great. Right, water carriers. We need to assign another water carrier. There we go. That's
Fishery is
done.
more effective than the foraging hut. It constantly uses up tools.
So
For this reason, the fishery produces faster when tools are produced near it.
I don't know if you heard that, but
Now
the
we
fishery
also need cloth.
will get a little bit more of a boost to production if there is a tool maker right next to it. So if we have a look at our trades and crafts, we've got that workshop there, but that does produce tools. If the tool maker was closer to the fishery, there'd be a boost to its efficiency. We don't have that right now because our tool maker is here, but it's interesting to see which buildings now have influence on others. I think that's a really nice little thing. It will really help if you're really wanting to micromanage things. But yes, now we need to build a plantation. So that takes us back to our fertile ground. So you can see here, this green highlighted area is where soil is fertile. Now, the plantations need a road link to the town centre and fertile soil. So it would make sense for us to build our plantation here, but that soil there is not fertile. So we've kind of got a bit of a dead zone there. But we can fit a plantation there and another one there if we want to. But once that's done, we can actually assign a gardener to the plantation, and then we need to achieve an increasing inventory stock of fibers. So this plantation here will be built, and then we need to lay out a cultivation area. We better have a look at that once it's been built. But people are happy, healthy. We're getting a nice good stock of all of our basic materials, which, you know, in the first game took quite some time. I think, God, it's been so long since I played Endzone 1. I think you had to have like a scrap collector. The scrap collector would then sort out the scrap essentially into plastics and stuff like that. But now being able to do like bits and pieces all in one go, you get this really nice early pool of resources, which definitely helps out. I did not see a new Anno trailer. That would be really good to look at. I'll take a look at that later on. So we now have our plantation, and we need to then make sure that we've got fibers as our seed, which is correct. Our building efficiency, we can pause the production, and then we need to cultivate an area, which is where our kind of like mishmash comes into play here. So we
Until
can
now, we can only
cultivate
grow
a
fibers.
load of
But if we find
fibers here.
more types of seeds, then we can cultivate them on the plantation too.
And the fibers will be taken from there. I wonder if I can change this. Can I delete that now? Or have I just really messed that up? We are going to just see if we can edit this cultivation area. Oh, we've apparently reached our limit.
The fibers are
Okay.
crafted into cloth at a weaving
So,
mill. This
now we need to
requires
build a
water
weaving
in
mill.
addition to fibers. So make sure that sufficient supplies of
So
water
again,
are always
industry,
available.
trades and crafts, the weaving mill. And if we put that next to water, fiber production and depots, this is going to have like a huge amount of efficiency. It's not in a great location because, oh, actually, my town's over here, so I think we'll be okay. That's where we'll put our weaving mill. And we are then going to need to assign a weaver. So you get a lot done in the early game here. I feel like it took a lot longer to kind of get to this stage in the first game. So yeah, it's pretty good. Let's have a quick look at our fishermen and the water. Actually, the water's looking pretty good. I'm going to just very quickly, just so you guys can get a bit of a look. Let's have a look at my controls. How can I hide my UI again? F11. Same as the first game, I think. So, there we go. Yeah, that is pretty mesmerizing, actually. I've got a cup of coffee, so... Yeah, it would be quite nice just to sit on the end of that dock and drink a cuppa in the morning. It's pretty peaceful at the moment, but, you know, Endzone 1 had harsh nuclear storms and raiders and all sorts, and yeah, so this piece probably won't last long. I never actually got to dealing with the raiders. I just ended up paying them every time. But that was really problematic because your resources would just plummet every time. And it seemed like every time the raiders came, you would need to pay them more and more and more, which, you know, is pretty typical of these raider factions in games like this. Our tools are pretty good for now, but we might as well, because I don't want this roamer to be stood there doing nothing. So we'll grab our bus, the Pathfinder, and we're just going to go out into the wilderness again. I did notice down here there was a little building, so we'll see what's there. We are getting rewards for completing the tutorial as well, so it is kind of in your best interest if you are kind of learning the game, if you do end up picking it up, to have a look. The demo, I think, is still available on Steam if you do want to check it out, and it's worth looking into because it's great. So we need to make sure that we now have enough living spaces to continue expanding our settlement. So we have been asked to build 4 more tents. So we're going to stick a few tents here. If they can have like nearby stuff, we can increase their happiness. So I'm just going to continue building around the town centre my next 4 buildings. So that goes in. They'll build those simple shelters. We can just pop back over here and have a look at our Pathfinder. It does have quite a bit of scrap in it. I have played City Skylines. I played the sequel. I did have a City Skylines series running, and it stopped when City Skylines 2 came out, and then I started a City Skylines 2 series, and City Skylines 2 was in such a bad state after launch that I kind of gave up on it, which is a big shame. So we've got an industrial settlement here, and we need a blowtorch to investigate that further. So we can't do that yet, but it's interesting to know, and it's probably a good idea to just continue expanding and looking for bits and pieces while you have this vehicle available and just before things start getting really bad. Indy, it took a long time. My mic is actually like a professional podcast mic. I was lucky enough to get it from my business when we closed it down. So yeah, we can start an expedition here, but we're unable to do that because we need to make progress in the tutorial. I put in a low pass and a high pass filter. So the low pass basically gets rid of your like lower resonators, and your high pass gets rid of some of the higher resonators based on like the frequency of your voice. And sometimes on my recordings you might notice, and this is something that I'm really trying to fix, when I start a video and I say hello everyone, it actually sounds like I'm saying hello because it misses the H off, and it's because I've got that filter set a little bit too sensitive. But it does eliminate things like breathing or like random clicks and stuff, and like random mouth sounds that I do make sometimes because I forget to drink when I'm recording. But yeah, have a look at it, low and high pass filters, and they're really good. You can have them set up on your OBS or whatever you use to record and just play around with them. Do some recording tests and then you can get rid of them. But honestly, I never hear any of that in your videos. Anything. I never get any background noise. Your sound is always so clear, and it's really, really good. So we are now going to bring our bus back, and we're going to drop off those extra tools that we've just picked up. We've got a new zone apparently. Oh, we can actually build another settlement over here. So, another thing that's worth talking about. In the sequel to Endzone, you can actually build multiple settlements. But as you see, like our map is this barren wasteland down here. You can't really settle here. It's about settling in these patches of greenery where your bus will drive up to it, establish a depot, and then you can start building a settlement from there. And then over here, you know, I guess you can trade between settlements and stuff, and it seems more like a game where you're going to be building these very small communities. Again, very much like Manor Lords, where you will have certain regions that will be able to produce one set of goods and they'll need to be transferred to another. Things like that. So there seems to be a lot more depth to the game this time. And it's really impressive. So, we need to build 2 cisterns. So, I'm going to build one here. And probably one right next to it. Why not? Then we need to build some food depots. So, I'm going to build a food depot. Now, one of our buildings benefits from having... I think it might actually just be the settlers. But I'm not sure. But material depots, we are going to build one here. Because I think these buildings might benefit from having materials next to them. We can put a material depot up here. And that's definitely going to happen because that will increase the efficiency of our logging and our food depot. We're going to put right here as well for the fishery. And then maybe just on the outskirts of town where our foraging hut is. Cool. Right. I'm going to speed up while they build. And also we'll go back to our roamer and we'll drop off all of this extra bits that we've managed to get while we've been out and about. We've got lots of wood. We've got more tools. We've got some more cloth. Cool. Right. These shouldn't take too long to build now that we've sped things up. And we're just waiting for the builders to arrive to get it all put in place. So we've got our first cistern now built. And as you can see, they will start getting more water added into it. Our weaving mill, what's going on here? They're missing resources needed for production. I think it's because our plantation... Yeah, so we're still producing stuff, so it's fine. I guess we need to maybe put in another plantation, just so that we're putting out fibers as quickly as possible. One more material deposit to be depot to be built, but we've got plenty of food coming in there. That's our last material depot, and it should now increase the efficiency of the woodcutting lodge. Now, of course, eventually this will probably be depleted, so we'll probably need like a forester or something to replenish the forest that we've got. So I've already built a load of roads. I kind of skipped that. There we go, a tree nursery. So our tree nursery, what does that need? Now, a road link to the town centre. But what I can do with the tree nursery is I can now start establishing forests wherever I would like to. But for now, I'm just going to keep it up here. And I will use this tree nursery to continue the forest and grow some more trees. So over here, we're going to leave it sped up, get that tree nursery built as quick as possible. Yeah, Colour of the Lamb looks good. That was really popular when it first came out. I've not actually played it, but yeah, it was very, very popular. I really liked Honey, I Joined a Cult. That was pretty cool. We played a bit of that on stream. Failed miserably, but it was fun while it lasted. You can see up here we've got 13 children now. So the tree nursery will plant trees within its work area that can be used again by the woodcutting lodge. That way we can create a healthy loop. So we've got a radiation storm and we need to get protective clothing ready. So we are going to need to just pause a second. I'm going to change the work area of my foresters and get them replenishing the forests. Actually, we'll have them make a forest here. Then what I can do is I can just have the woodcutting lodge just change its area of effect, and we can just swap them over, and we'll have this kind of self-sustaining ability to access wood. We do need to build a coal kiln now. So our charcoal burner, if they are close to wood production, which if we put them here they will be, not quite there. We might need to demolish this before we can even build anything here. Unless, can I move this depot? It has an efficiency boost of 1. Now the charcoal burner I would really like to have in this area here. We can put it there and then just establish a road link. It's not in the best position, but again, with the tutorial, you will learn things as you go. But yeah, it's quite difficult to work it all out from the off. So let's assign some charcoal burners to there. Once the kiln is built, we'll be in like a surplus of coal, and you will use this coal to create filters for gas masks, which you'll get from combining cloth and coal, probably in a new building. We're doing pretty well on our weaving though. We've got fibres coming in. We're a bit low on the stocks of fibre.
Coal is made from wood. The tailor
So,
shop
there we go. Tailor's workshop. We need to build another one. Oh no, we don't. We haven't actually got one. So, if we go to our tailor's workshop, that gets a bonus from production of cloth and coal. Now, we can't get it close enough to... That's a road link to the town centre. And that's close to coal. But here we're close to cloth. But I don't want to be too close to the town centre. So if we put it probably on the corner here, that's not good either. What about here? I'm going to stick it up here where the coal is being produced. And then it will at least get the bonus from that. Has the road link to the town centre. But as you can see, we're starting to eat away at that. Right, we'll let that build. We can assign a tailor already. There we go. And let's just zoom into this little industrial area here. So we've got a charcoal burner here, and over there, that is the woodcutting lodge. The themes of the buildings are great. These are abandoned. I think what I might need to do is have my scrapyard. Okay.
That can mean the end of the settlement. The protective clothing
We've got rain, but this rain is radioactive, and you can see here the radiation protection. We're starting to get radiation protection in, but it's already being taken by our settlers. That's because of the demands. Our settlers are 0% contaminated, but this rain will change that.
Our fears have been confirmed.
So radiation levels will start to increase, and we need to build a graveyard, which is grim, but the grim reality of living in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, I suppose. The graveyard will keep your settlers happy because there'll be somewhere for them to go and mourn the dead. So I'm going to put my graveyard here, and then I can just build a little road off it. There. I think once it's placed, it's just placed. And yeah, you can see here there's a... Yeah, we need to assign an undertaker. There we go.
Thanks a lot. Now we have a place to more. I think we've put down roots here, and we should continue to expand our settlement. We're not able to simply mine.
So what we need to do is
We lack the necessary to be able
accumulate knowledge. So this might be time to start some expeditions. So if we send out our vehicle to collect knowledge points at a ruin, we'll be able to learn a few things. So this radiation, this toxic rain will last for another minute. Yes, we could do that, couldn't we, Diz? Graveyard Keeper was a great game. That was very good. So we do know that there's some industrial sites over here. So we can send our Pathfinder to this building and do an expedition there. Once we got enough knowledge points, we'll be able to research the clay mine, and then we can start making some bricks to build some better protected houses. Right, so if we... we can't do anything here by the looks of things. We can start an expedition. Oh, there we go. Right, so we can't loot that building, but... Right, okay. Oh, wow, this is interesting. So we can... Ah! So we're able to actually have a look through these containers and stuff and gather resources from the building. That is really, really interesting. There we go. We found we've got a knowledge point. Is there anything else we can get? Obviously, we can't get in there because we don't have a blowtorch. Round the back of the building, there's some... This is a nice little addition to the game. Just being able to kind of walk around. So, when you did a expedition in Endzone 1, you kind of got a load of text prompts, and it was almost like dice rolls, kind of like when you're playing Dungeons and Dragons or something. And certain factors would influence whether or not you were successful in your expedition, and then you could get extra bits and pieces from completing it. We'll end our expedition there. We managed to get the 1 knowledge point that we need, but that is a really nice change to that mechanic. Yeah, it was all text-based originally, and you just had to follow the prompts, give an answer, explore here, explore there, then you were done. But being able to actually have like a citizen walk around a ruined building and try and find bits and pieces, I think that's a really cool little addition. So we now need to research our clay pit, and to do that we are going to need to go to raw materials, I think. No, not there. What about, is it in mining? It's in mining. So our water's running out. We are going to need to sort that out. So we need to get back to a positive water, and that might be as simple as adding another water carrier in, or it might be that we need to build another jetty. No, there we go. Adding another water carrier has solved it. So research. We need to use knowledge points in the economy branch, and we can find our research down there. So if we go to economy and we research the clay pit, we'll do that, and then I guess is that now going to be spent? Ah, yeah, that's it. Right, okay. So then we research the clay pit. It spends a bit of resource, and then we can go. It looks like we're probably going to need to go back out and find some more research points. So this looks like, ooh, it's an old windmill. Right, we'll keep going. We can actually go back to that expedition if we get a blowtorch and finish it off, because there's definitely more stuff to be had there. So our research is happening. We all run water again. I think we might need to build a new jetty. So let's do that. We will put a jetty on the end here. It could do with a road link to the town centre. So what I'll do is is there space to squeeze it on the end there? I think they'll probably be competing, so it might have a negative impact on things. Maybe I've put that road in a bit too close. I will go down here for this next jetty, and then we'll put in a new road to link it back to the town centre. The cisterns are quite close by, so that's fine. And our research is almost done.
Great.
That's it. Cool. So now we can build a clay pit. And that will be in probably mine. There we go. So, clay pit.
It's up to you.
Now, what we'll do is we'll put our clay pit here. Oh, we can't because there's no clay there. We can put it there. We can put it there. I kind of want to keep it away from the buildings. So, yeah, we'll go there. And then we can put a road.
If there isn't a clay deposit in a particular zone,
there.
Then you can't obtain any clay there.
Right. Fine. That's good. Now we need some clay diggers. 3 clay diggers, and then we'll start gathering clay. We need some more water carriers, like I said, so we'll go with 10 water carriers. We've got 4 available workers. We don't have any children, but we're getting really good stocks of stuff coming in now.
Awesome. Clay is now the newly obtained.
So we need to research the brickworks now, and I think our vehicle should be ready to start an expedition here.
These factory grounds are less damaged than the rest of the wastelands. Let's see what we can find here.
So in the exterior, we'll just rummage around. We'll see what we can pick up out of bins and stuff. We got 25 units of plastic there. Can't see anything else in the outskirts here, so we need to go into the factory. Now this might be where we get those prompts that I was mentioning from the first game.
We'd better take this along with us again. Let's go.
Oh, we got a ladder. Opens up new routes when placed correctly. Okay, so if we put the ladder, where can we put the ladder?
I'll take a look.
We've got a ladder and a long plank. Oh, this is interesting. So, I guess we could maybe put our ladder
Go.
or something here so that we can actually get into this back entrance. We could maybe go up there as well. There's something here. The expedition mechanic, the way that it's changed,
Looks
this is really, really good. This is a very good and very welcome change to the game. It just opens up a lot more possibilities, like being able to wander around. Can we use the ladder here then?
on the road.
Doesn't look like it. It looks like new stuff opens up as you explore. We got an axe.
Maybe we can still put it to good use. On the road.
Now, I'm not seeing anything more in this little area here. And I'm not quite sure how these items work
Let's go.
yet. But I assume I'm going to need them. And as long as we've got the right tools for the job.
We can't do it like
See, we
this.
can't get to that. So I guess we need the long plank to get down to there. But we need to get up on top first. So is there a break in the fence somewhere
Let's go.
that's going to allow us to actually get in?
On the road.
So if I hold... Yeah, okay, so we've got a bottom support there. More bottom supports. There's nothing on that side, so we need to just find a way in here. Right, so let's go to this bottom support and see what that does. Because it does look like I can get up here. So if I'm able to maybe make use of that, there we go. We put the ladder
Done.
there. Then we can climb up and get to the barrel. Is that right?
We'd better take this along with us again.
Put the ladder in.
Done.
Climb up the ladder. Get the barrel. Amazing. Right, we got a knowledge point. And then here we
Okay,
should be
from
able to
here,
place the
maybe we can
plank.
get to the other
So we
side
put
of
that
the
down
wall.
and then we get up here. And then we can keep going inside the
I'm
building.
in.
Get some more plastic there. And then is there anywhere else we can go? We can put the ladder here. There's a safe there as well.
I'm in. This old safe.
Now we need a lockpick for that,
Cracked
but we
without
don't have any.
substantial effort.
You
On
You
the
could do
road.
explorations, but I don't think you could walk around like this, unless I'm wrong. So if I can now get the ladder,
On the road.
where could I use the ladder? Oh no, it's just down there. I can't get on top of that by the looks of things. I think that's it. So if I had a lockpick, I'd be able to get into that safe. We don't have anywhere where we can actually use the axe, unless there's somewhere down here. It looks like a door there, but this building's completely blocked off, so we can't get anywhere there.
On the
Yeah, I could be wrong. This might not be new at all, Diz.
Let's go.
But I do remember when you did the expeditions in the first game, it was just a selection of like text-based prompts. Someone might be able to correct me on that though. I kind of stopped playing after I'd completed my series on it. So we're going to end our expedition. We got another point there. Let's go back. We can now research the brickworks. So we'll take that back. And if I just open up my research tab, brickworks is what we want. We need 10 units of clay for that though. So how is our clay looking? We've got 3 lots of clay. So we do need a little bit more. Hey, Georgia. Glad you're here. It's okay. I'm going to be live for a little bit longer. We're basically finishing the tutorial for this and then I'll be calling it a day. But yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this game so far. It's a lot more in depth, but it just gives you a lot more hand-holding as well. I feel like I'm not really out here on my own with this, which is really good. So, our soil radioactivity is at 11%. So, we actually do need to do something about that. and that will be done by using like toxin scrubbers and stuff. So yeah, we can't do anything about that right now. We do need clay, like I said, to do this research. We've got 7 at the moment. If we just get a little bit more in, we'll be fine. We're making plenty of activated carbon masks, which is what we need to be protected from the elements, and that's going to be very useful. It looks like... Do we have enough yet? Let's have a look over here. We've got 9 units of clay stored. Just a little bit more. I wonder if I can add stuff to this, because I can't see clay up here. We've got brick, but no clay. Lots of water coming in, though. That's really good. So there's 10 clay. We should now be able to research that. There we go. That is in. And now we can build our brickworks once the research is complete. Over here, I'm just going to transfer the little bit of scrap that I've got, but the depot's full. And then, yeah, we're looking pretty good here. So, yeah, it's looking really nice here. The game looks great. The settlement building's pretty steady. Obviously, these industrial areas are probably going to have to be moved at some point. I'm about halfway on my research, so that's good. Yeah, looking... I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. I know I was given the game, but this is pretty much what I'm expecting from it. They've done a really, really good job of it. The demo was impressive, and kind of coming back here and playing it a little bit, I'm just going to go back to a relaxing spot so I can talk a little bit more. Yeah, it's very, very nice. It looks fantastic. I'm excited to get a little bit more into it. Once this tutorial's finished, I'll be kind of starting my series, and 2 Point Hospital, I'll be doing a bit of that today as well. Probably Dave the Diver. I've got more of that to do. I also see Dredge has just had a new expansion, but I've still not played Dredge, but I will be looking forward to that. There's just lots to do, and I don't have a lot of time. I go back to work next week, so streamy summer. We'll be streaming tomorrow, we'll be streaming the day after, and on Friday as well. So, got a few more streams in me before we say goodbye, and I don't know when streams will come back, so do make sure you come check it out. I always like to hang out with you guys. It's a lot of fun. We now have our brickworks unlocked, so we can build that. There we go. And our brickworks needs to be close to coal production and close to clay production. Unfortunately, we don't have... We can't get next to clay, but we can... we can't get next to coal, but we can be next to clay. Well, I'll put it there. We'll get that built. We'll get a brickmaker hired. Or... I don't think we hire them, do we? We just tell them to go and work. So we'll get 3 brickmakers. Oh, the door. I will be right back.
Begins to work right away when coal and clay are made available to it. The manufacturing of bricks requires a lot of workers, but bear in mind that, in addition to more water and food, more inhabitants
I've returned.
also need more protective clothing.
Right.
Create
Just had a delivery. I need to build some more simple shelters, so that's, again, what we're going to do. We need 2 more to take us up to 10. I'm going to squeeze another couple there, and then we will add in another road. Ooh, we're going to need a road to run up that side as well, so we'll have a road just come along here. There we go. Right. Food's looking pretty good as well. Again, that was something that was a little bit different in the last game. You felt like you were always... I did anyway, because that's probably just the way I manage things. It's like... Blah, blah, blah. Be quiet. Right, okay. Now, we apparently... Oh, it's a new blind for the kitchen. We've had the kitchen done over the summer, Georgia, so lots going on. We now need to put a load of stuff in the Pathfinder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by going to my Pathfinder. We are going to exchange goods with the settlement. We want to put in a lot of water, which is fine. We can get that done straight away. And I guess this is to start a brand new settlement somewhere else. We're then going to put food in to take us all the way up to 250. Oh, I'll take some out. Wood is going to be tough to come by, so we'll put a little bit of wood in. We need to put some more scrap in there, which is fine. Take that all the way up. Cloth. Where's our cloth? 20. That's great. Plastics. Tools. I'm not going to put any adults in. Not yet. We don't want to load them in and then just have them sat there. Once we get a bit more wood, I think we'll be ready to do whatever the game wants us to do. But our wood cutting lodges, yeah, they're not having a good time over there. They're almost exhausted there. So we will move the wood cutting lodge to there, and then, like I said, we'll have our tree nursery move into this space here where they can just continue planting. We're going to leave things sped up, and I think maybe we should put in a few more woodcutters just to keep up with the demand. Lumberjacks, let's go to 5. Then we should be able to put in a load more wood into the Pathfinder. We're already getting quite a bit there, so I'm just going to continue taking this out down to 16 wood, and every time I get a 20 I'll just load some more into the van. And I think this will be to go over somewhere else. Yeah. Okay. Looking pretty good. Right. Yes, wood's filling up now. That goes in. And then we can actually put some adults in there. Let's go. In you go.
Necessary with us. Now head off in search of a new
Yeah, so it's about going off, finding a new zone to colonize. So, this area was pretty small, so I guess we can go over here. It's where the map seems to be guiding us, so we'll head that way. And we'll let things quickly speed through. Hello, you. Colonize a zone with a swamp. So we need to find somewhere with a swamp. I guess these two zones have swamps in them, so we can go there first. Everything's a little bit quick. There we go. We've found a new zone. Is there somewhere here where we can... Is there a swamp? Is there a swamp? So this looks pretty good. I think this is swampland, yep. So dark green means swampland. So that's what we can do. We'll whack a swamp settlement down here.
Now we need a place where we want to build our
And then our town centre. So there's a lot of scrap there. Then we've got the swampland here. Clay deposit again. I think probably there's a forest there, another forest there. Got some abandoned buildings in the distance. We don't want to interfere with the clay deposit. We can't actually build on the swampland, so it looks like we're probably going to have to go around about here, which is unfortunate because it's right in the middle of where all of that's... yeah, we're building on Shrek's swamp. There we go. That's another settlement. It's called Free Zone. So, yeah. Get out of my swamp. That was a terrible Scottish accent. I apologise if anybody is Scottish in here. Right, okay. So we now need to create a transport route. How do we do that? Transport route. A new transport route. So we want to assign a vehicle. We will assign our Pathfinder. And then a waypoint. We need to go here and then here. And accept. So we've created a transport route,
become particularly handy
and
in
now
municipal settlements.
our Pathfinder is just going to drive back and forth.
At any time if you want to control it manually.
That's really cool. Really cool. So now we need to research the swamp farm, which means we're probably going to need to get our Pathfinder out again, because that needs to research some stuff here. So the swamp farm here, we don't have any in the settlement. So if we grab our Pathfinder as it goes by. Hello. I need you to just come over here a second. We'll have a look over here, the wind turbine. We can start an expedition here.
There's lots of scrap lying around here.
And then
We're sure to
let's
find
take a
things
look.
that are still
See if we
useful.
can find anything. Quite a bit of scrap, but I'm not seeing anything,
Let's go.
you know, really useful. Doesn't look like we can climb up anything, or...
Will do.
Oh, if we had an axe, but we can't keep the axes from previous expeditions. So let's see. We've got a ladder. Somewhere there's a ladder. Is that actually inside? Yeah, it's inside. I wonder if you can actually make these items to take on the expedition with you. So we'll leave that. We got some tools,
New instructions?
but not a great deal of stuff for us. What about down here?
We'll have to starve to death here. We've got to do something.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? Food's running out. Is this in my new zone? Is this in my new zone? Let me have a quick look. Hello, everyone. Please don't starve. Probably should have set up a forager's hut to begin with. Right, let's get some foraging. So we'll put them here, making sure that we leave a gap. Then when it's built, we will set up an area there. They can just about make it into that. Then I will get some foragers. We'll assign a couple of foragers. And then we also need to get some water. We do have water down there. So let's go. Water, jetty. And the jetty will go into position right there. Then we build a road that comes all the way through the swampland
The situation has calmed down for now.
to there.
We have to keep an eye on the food situation.
I know, I forgot, sorry. Right, can we do an expedition here? No. So I guess we just have to keep moving through.
On my way.
That's a loot run.
Let's go.
That's a loot run as well. We must find somewhere where we can have some... Nothing there.
On my way.
Ooh, this could be something. No, it's just another loot run. I will take the scrap anyway.
Got it?
What about here? Yeah, same again. Right, we need to maybe
Got
go a
it.
little bit further south. See what happens here. A bridge again. Alright, dear, see you soon.
The water is running out. If nothing changes, it...
Where's water running out? Probably in our other settlement. Right. So this looks like an expedition spot. So again, we can research.
There are tons of scrap on these grounds. If we open the entrance, our vehicles can transport the scrap home from here. The
Okay.
entrance is locked tight.
It's
We
just
won't be
scrap
able to
stuff.
Open it without activating the electronic control unit.
Right. There is a research point here by the looks of things. Oh, okay, so it's just about expanding your knowledge through expeditions. Right. So we've got an air conditioner. looks like we can actually get up there.
Can't do it like this.
Apparently not. If I go there, right, can I get up there? Yes. Now I can go into the air conditioner and I find myself inside the building. So let's loot this delivery truck. That gets us quite a bit of stuff.
Will do.
And we can do quite a bit of looting in here. There's a blowtorch there, which is really useful, but I can't get through to that area. We've got a door, so if we can find a fire axe, we should be able to get that sorted. I guess the control... Oh, see you soon, Journey. Sorry, thought you were going, Diz. What about the air conditioner? What can we do with that? That just gets us back up on top. Are we able then to take the ladder, or do we have to go downstairs to do that? I think we might have to go downstairs. We can't just pull the ladder up. Right.
I'm in.
So I can't just take that, put it in the inventory. Is there anywhere else we can go to get access? Yeah, there's not really, is there? And we need to access the generator to do that. So I think we do. Again, we need a fire axe. Oh, Company of Heroes was a great game. Yeah, so we can't get through that door. We can't access anything else in here by the looks of things. The aircon, the control panel's turned off because we need to turn on the generator. So I think we'll just have to leave that there. Right. So, let's get out of here.
I'll take a look.
We need to find some more research points. So we'll end our expedition here. And then we will continue heading down
Got it.
to the south. All along the shoreline here. There's
On
another
my way.
area here we can look at. I'm pretty sure there were some buildings where we could have an expedition as well. We've done that one.
Well, let's
What
go.
about here? Plenty of wood. We do actually need a bit more
Let's
wood.
go.
So I'll take that. I'm not seeing anywhere where we can have another quick
Let's
expedition,
go.
which means... where are we going to get these points from then? If all we're able to do here is loot runs.
Let's go.
Wait a second. Now I think we've already done this one. But there may be something... yeah, we have. This is the one with the ladder and the other bits and pieces. So we've got the safe. We can't do
Let's
that.
see what we can find.
That one's done. But we do have a fire axe from that. But again, we can't take it to another expedition. So we'll keep moving through here. There was an opportunity for an expedition there, but I think there was something I couldn't get through there.
Got it.
What about here? Nothing. That's been done. The warehouse has been done. We'll go a bit further up here. Reveal the fog of war.
On my way.
Yeah, no expeditions available here. There's a house there. What can we do here? Weekend expedition. Amazing.
For the most part, the house is still intact. Maybe we'll get to the upper floor somehow. We'll pack it.
So we've got a ladder, a crate, and a bottom support. Okay, so we'll climb up the ladder here. I think this might be a success for us. We should get a research point for this. So we've got food there.
Maybe
We can...
get to the other building somehow.
if we
from
can get a...
Will do.
right, we can't... yeah, we need a long platform, which is up there. We can get in this crate, though. If we can find a long log to go along there. We do get a knowledge point, though, so that's what we were after. Again, I think we might have to come back here, because I can't see anything that we might need. So we'll end this expedition. Then we will head over to our new settlement. We can actually just get our vehicle to go back on its planned route of trading goods to and from each settlement. So,
Engine running.
off you go, back to the transport route. Now, I've got a water shortage over in the new settlement. That might be because I don't have any water gatherers. Yep, we don't have any water carriers. So that just about saves it. Now we can research our swamp farm. What do I need for it? I've got everything I need to research the swamp farm. Yeah, it's a really, really good game. I'm really impressed by it. We can research our swamp farm. We've got a difficult transport route for some reason because it's not configured correctly. We've got low water reserves, but that's being recovered. If we head back over to Farway, everything's going pretty well there. And then it's about setting this place up. So, I think we're going to say goodbye. I've been on this for about an hour or so, so you get the gist. You've seen a lovely little bit of Endzone 2. I hope you've enjoyed it. We'll go back over. Yeah. That was great. I really enjoyed that. I think there's so much potential here. We will be doing a series, and I hope you stick around and watch it. It'll be more of the same pretty much, expanding, doing all of that sort of stuff, getting some farms up and running, and then eventually we will probably see some raiders or some other stuff coming into play. If you are watching on Twitch, thank you for watching. I'm pretty new to Twitch. I don't know how long I'll be streaming for, but you can catch videos on YouTube if you do want to see them, and hopefully I will see you when I put some new content out. So thanks again for watching. It's been lovely to catch you all. I will see you tomorrow, a little bit earlier I hope, probably at about 10 a.m. We'll be doing something else, and I'll stream for a good couple of hours. We'll have a nice chat. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.